Get ready for a celestial spectacle that's as rare as it is breathtaking. 2025's first supermoon will also be an October harvest moon, a combination that hasn't graced our skies in years. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. This isn't just any full moon, it's a moment when the universe aligns to give us a brighter, larger lunar display, perfectly timed for our evening routines. No telescope required, just a clear sky and a moment of pause. I'll never forget the first time I witnessed something like this. I was standing in a chilly queue outside a corner shop, absent-mindedly chewing on a receipt, when the moon began its ascent. It rose slowly over the rooftops, glowing first in an orange hue, then softening to a creamy white. For a fleeting moment, the world seemed to pause, a cyclist slowed, a dog stopped mid-sniff, and someone on the phone murmured, "Wait, look at that." Next year, it'll happen again, but with an added twist. The moon will be closer, bigger, and brighter than before. This is one for the calendar. And this is the part most people miss. What makes this harvest moon so unique? Typically, the harvest moon appears in September, closest to the autumnal equinox. But in 2025, the full moon nearest the equinox falls in early October, crossing a monthly boundary and transforming a familiar event into something extraordinary. Add to that the fact that the moon will be at perigee, its closest point to Earth, and you've got a supermoon stealing the show. It's a rare alignment of calendar quirks and orbital mechanics that demands our attention. Here's the science behind the magic. The equinox is fixed, but the moon's cycle is slightly shorter than our calendar months, causing it to shift forward each year. Some years, the September full moon is too far from the equinox, allowing the October moon to claim the harvest title. Meanwhile, perigee, the moon's closest approach to Earth, drifts through the year in its own rhythm. When these patterns overlap, we get a night like this one. The full phase peaks on October 7th, 2025 UTC, with the moon's closest approach happening within a day, earning it the supermoon label. To your eyes, this means a lunar disk up to 14% larger and 30% brighter than average, a difference that's especially striking when it hangs low over rooftops or the sea. But here's where it gets controversial. Is the term supermoon just hype, or does it truly enhance the experience? While it's not an official scientific term, it's undeniably useful. A supermoon occurs when the full moon coincides with perigee, making it appear larger and brighter. But the real magic happens when you pair this with the moon illusion, a psychological trick where the moon looks enormous near the horizon. Your brain compares it to familiar objects, exaggerating its size. To witness this, catch the moon in the first 30 minutes after moonrise or the last 30 before moonset. It's less about the numbers and more about the interplay of place and moment. So, how do you make the most of this event? Mark your calendar for the evenings of October 6th to 8th, with the main show on October 7th. The rule is simple. On the night of the full moon, it rises around sunset and sets around sunrise. Look east as the sky softens, and watch for that first orange glow above chimneys or trees. Whether you're in the city or countryside, the horizon is your stage. Find a spot with an unobstructed eastern view, a hill, a seafront, or even a quiet park. It's worth the effort, a warm coat, a few extra minutes, and a slower pace. Here's a thought-provoking question. In a world dominated by screens and schedules, can a supermoon reconnect us with something deeper? This event isn't just for astronomers, it's for everyone. Night shift workers, kids in pajamas, commuters on bridges, and grandparents on benches will all share this moment. It's a quiet, democratic experience that reminds us to look up and breathe together. So, will you take a photo, or will you simply let the moment sink in? The choice is yours. For the planners among us, here's your mini guide. Start with a map and find a spot with an open eastern view. Check your local sunset time, and arrive 10 to 15 minutes early to let your eyes adjust. A moon phase app or a quick search for moonrise time plus your town will do the trick. If you're photographing, include people or buildings for scale, and use burst mode as the moon clears the horizon. And if clouds get in the way, remember, gaps drift and reopen. Even if you miss the exact rise, the moon's climb is long and forgiving. This October harvest moon supermoon is more than just a sky event, it's a small, bright ritual in a busy year. It's a nod to the past, when the harvest moons glow extended evenings for gathering crops, and a thread into our modern schedules. It's a reminder to pause, to marvel at something that arrives on time, whether we do or not. So, will you join the world in this shared moment? The moon will be waiting,